The sun was going down over the peaceful neighborhood as Officer James geared up to complete what he expected would be a routine shift. The gentle purr of his police car provided the hush before a frantic, anguished cry shattered the peace. He caught sight of a small girl, no more than 6, racing toward his vehicle. Tears flowed down her face, her tiny hands shaking as she attempted to talk between her sobs. Her pink outfit was rumpled, her hair disheveled, and her voice trembled with terror as she begged, "Please follow me home." Something in her eyes, a combination of fear, desperation, and hope, spoke to James that this was not an intimidated child. This was a call for assistance. And at that moment, every fiber in him realized he could not turn a blind eye. Before we proceed, if you believe in compassion, second chances, and the power of kindness, please take a minute to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Real Kindness Stories. Your subscription brings more touching stories like this to existence. James lost no time. He got out of the car, knelt down to her level, and informed her kindly that he had come to assist her. The child clasped his hand firmly and began to lead him down the street, her pace quick and hurried. She spoke little, glancing back every now and then to ensure that he was following her. As they walked down the quiet suburban streets, James sensed something was amiss. The houses seemed old, paint peeling, and the air thick with quiet, interrupted only by the sound of their footsteps. When they arrived at the house, his heart fell. The yard was grown up, the front door ajar, and not a sign of life inside. The girl indicated the doorway, her voice shaking as she spoke. "Mommy's in here. She won't wake up." James's heart compressed as he entered slowly into the room. The faint light showed a small, untidy living room. There were postprandial food containers, stacks of unpaid bills, and the smell of stale air. He followed the girl, whose name he was soon to discover was Emily, into a bedroom and saw a young woman lying still on the bed. She was little more than her early 20s. James rapidly took her pulse. She was alive, but she was breathing weakly and shallowly. He called for an ambulance right away and remained at Emily's side, talking softly to reassure her. Between sobs, she told him that her mommy had been ill for days, that she attempted to make soup but couldn't get to the stove, and that she was too afraid to leave until she saw the police car driving down the street. When the paramedics did arrive, they picked up the young woman gently and placed her on a stretcher and took her to the ambulance. Emily held on to James's uniform, not letting go. He spoke softly to her and assured her that everything would be okay and that he would not go anywhere until her mum was okay. He took Emily to the hospital, cradling her tiny hand in his as they waited in the waiting room. The time was interminable, and the air reeked of disinfectant, but James never abandoned her. At last, after what seemed like an eternity, a doctor emerged with some news. The doctor at the hospital said that Emily's mother, Sarah, had fainted due to utter exhaustion, dehydration, and untreated pneumonia. She was overworking herself, doing several jobs, eating only when necessary, and ignoring her own health in order to take care of little Emily. Officer James could not help but remember the tiny, messy house full of unpaid bills and unspoken desperation. It was obvious Sarah had been battling this struggle by herself for way too long, too proud or too scared to accept assistance. Emily sat silently in the waiting room, wrapping her knees and looking at each nurse who passed by, awaiting news of her mom. James knelt down next to her, reassuringly promising everything would be all right, and he did. During the following days, as Sarah gained strength, James went to see her frequently. Emily slowly regained a smile, feeling safe and comforted by his presence. From what Emily told him, James discovered Sarah had been left by Emily's father and was raising her daughter on her own without any family assistance. She worked as a late-night cleaning job, doing everything possible to get by while keeping her suffering secret from the world. James knew that if things did not change, Sarah and Emily would be back into poverty the moment she was discharged from the hospital. He was determined to assist her and made discreet contacts with local charities, his colleagues on the force, and community members. In a matter of days, generosity arrived from all sides: food, clothing, finances, and even volunteers to fix the house. When Sarah was finally released, she came back to a totally changed house, cleaned, restored, and filled with new provisions. Stepping in, tears overflowed in her eyes. She didn't feel lonely for the first time in a long time. Emily had run into her arms, her face beaming with joy, and hugged James tightly, whispering a soft "thank you" that he would never forget. Word of what had occurred spread throughout the neighborhood, and soon others were checking in on each other and spreading kindness wherever they went. The neighborhood became a community, visiting with Sarah and Emily and showing that acts of kindness could have far-reaching effects. Sarah was able to find a reliable job shortly after and spend more time with her daughter, and their relationship became even tighter. One night, as the sun set low, James stood outside on the other side of the street, gazing at Emily playing in the backyard and Sarah chatting with her neighbors. During that peaceful moment, he knew this wasn't about rescuing one family. This was about hope, how even the smallest voices, such as Emily's cry for assistance, could ignite remarkable compassion. If this tale moved your heart, then like, share, and subscribe to Real Kindness Stories. Your support allows us to keep sharing real-life reminders that kindness still prevails, and that sometimes, just one good heart can transform everything.